Yeah, we are solving dementia
Okay.
for AI, not
Okay.
human.
Okay.
Yeah. And diarrhea. Just kidding.
What? Okay. Hey everyone, welcome to XTract series with XTrace. My name is Austin, Chief Growth Officer, and our guest here today is Tristan from also the XTrace team. For just a quick, overview of XTrace, we are a private portable memory infrastructure where you own all the intelligence, all your conversation and context across all your AI tools, and you can take it wherever you go. So for this series, we really want to be able to understand, like what you shipped, how your thought process is, and how you think about building product, such as XTrace. So Tristan, I guess just before we start, any quick intro on your end, anything you want the audience to know?
Yeah, this is Tristan working in the product team. We make the best product in the world. That our product is going to help you to resolve all the pain you have with AI.
Yeah, any pain, right?
Back pain.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So starting off, what did you ship this week, and why was it relevant? And I think for the audience to know too, we just released our product a few days ago, so this is super exciting. There's a lot of development under work. What did you ship this week?
Yeah, the real main part this week is our extension and our website. The main web page, our memory hub. All in one place for all your memories and context that you can manage and organize all together. And our extension, the context switching, people can they can start using ChatGPT with their Gemini or Claude memories.
Very cool, very cool. And what is Memory Hub? What if you can describe it in like a few words? Like how do people use it?
I'll give it 2 words. 3 actually.
Okay.
GitHub for memories.
Nice. That's pretty clear.
Yeah, hopefully that's
exciting.
Yeah,
that's very exciting. And when you're thinking about all these features, I imagine we've been talking in a lot of like Scrum meetings. There's like so many features we can develop, we can build. But like, why did you choose like some of these specific features in the first kind of launch?
Yeah, we've been talking to our customer a lot, like customer or people who have a lot of needs in AI, like AI power user. They use AI every day. They talk to ChatGPT about the idea, brainstorming with it, or then write code with Claude, and maybe make PowerPoint with Gemini. Our process is this: we have to compromise with our intuition, with our customer needs. Sometimes they would come to us and say, "Hey, I use this LLM, I use that, and can you do this? Can you do that?" We have to kind of do some interview with them, but kind of filter to some noise and to make sure all the thing we're building is what 80% at least people really want. It's like Pokemon.
Okay.
Yeah, you always have the 3 starter. You have the fire, air. There's no air. The fire, the water, the grass.
Yeah.
No one's gonna give you the Mewtwo.
I want Pikachu.
Oh yeah, four. But
okay.
No one giving Gork. That's the 4th. But no one's gonna give you like the like a mega Pokemon the first time, right? So we always have to find out who are the first 3 or 4 that we want to build out, and then the other customer requests we're going to push it to later. Once they kick all the other players, we can give them, okay, now you have this feature. But right now we're going to narrow down to 3 or 4.
Yeah. So really starting from the foundation and building from there.
Exactly.
Okay. And then what problems do you think we're solving with XTrace? Think like current state, like what can we immediately solve, and then in the future, as AI develops, right, as we get into really this AI era, like what are we solving for in the future?
Yeah, we are solving dementia.
Okay.
For AI, not human.
Okay.
Yeah. And diarrhea. Just kidding.
What?
No.
Pause.
So.
Okay.
Yeah. So. The problem with AI right now is I'm using Lovable. I'm using Gemini. I'm using maybe even Surface, like any kind of tools I'm using, even Meta, right? Even Instagram, they have AI, but they don't know me. They know, like, hey, yeah, Tristan used to live in New York City, now you live in San Francisco. That's all they know. Or Lovable know, oh, I'm building an internal website. But if I'm working on a project that I need all the AI work together, they all have their own expertise. They don't have a high mind. They don't know who is Tristan, what Tristan's working on. I have to tell them every time, re-explain over again. And that wastes at least 8% of my time. And not just me, I think everyone who use AI nowadays has the exact same problem.
Right.
OpenAI release their new AI models every week, and every month maybe. But then Cloud also released their model, Gemini as well, and then every time they release something new, everyone trying that out, and we really trying to like, oh, this Cloud new model is really good, way better than ChatGPT, and then you want to switch over. Now you need to start again. You need to build your own portfolio with the AI again, and that's a lot of time that's the real pain for user not trying to switch to a better model just because they already devote too much on the other one.
Yeah, that makes sense. And when you think about it too, like to your point, like your persona, you as Tristan is fragmented, right? Across all of these tools, and it's only going to grow more. Right now, maybe it's 3 or 4, but from our research, we found out people use 6 to 10 AI tools. So all of fragmented persona, there's no one clear picture of you, which is what XTrace is trying to solve.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then when you think about just like ultimately, building something so new, right? Something super innovative. There's not really much like this on the market. There's not a lot that you can base your decisions on or your features on. What's the hardest part? What's the hardest part about that? Like building a product that is that really the audience, the general public hasn't really seen before.
Right. So I would say a lot of people actually, in their mental mind, they actually trying to solve part of the pain we're trying to solve. But what they do so far is still more like prototypes, or they are, it's a long way to go. We actually is building on top of private portable VectorDB that is fully end-to-end encrypted, and that's the core thing that if you ever want to build a memory hub, even if it's not actually a memory hub, you need that kind of technology, just because I talk to my AI, I would never want to share that with you. I mean, no offense, but I don't want you to know what kind of recipe I use with my hot sauce, right? Like, yeah. So if no one going to share their memory or their AI chat history with other people, then without an end-to-end encrypted vector database, it's very hard to build a platform that people trust. And that is exactly how XTrace can be different with other people. And the main thing about this product is with this technology, it's easier for us to build a product that people can directly start using it without any hesitant. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. And then when you think about like, obviously like as you build a product, you can't build in a silo. You have to really understand your customer. How are you doing that? Like, how are you getting like the feedback, but also at the same time thinking about, like the vision that you have in mind for the product, right? Because I think the best example is, Henry Ford, right? When he built the car, people asked him like, oh, why'd you build a car? Like, like, how did you know you're going to build a car? And he was like, he talked to his customers. If I ask my customers what they want, they'll say a faster horse, right? So it's like thinking about how to build your vision, but then also align it to current customer pain points. Like, how do you get that kind of response, and how do you triage that?
Yeah, that's a very good question. So I would say Henry Ford made a mistake. He didn't invent time machine.
Okay.
So what I did was I invented time machine mentally, but if I can, Henry Ford didn't make any mistake because he said that. I mean, people who say they want horses made a mistake because they don't have time machine. Henry Ford may have a time machine. Okay, back to the question. I also have a time machine mentally that I would imagine, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, what people will be using, what kind of platform people will use, what kind of tool people will use, what kind of product people will spend their 90% of the time when they're doing working, what kind of tools they will use every day. And then come back to now like, okay, that is the product I want to build. If I imagine, 10 years from now, everyone wearing a VR headset, then come back to now, I would probably, rename my company to Meta and then start build a product called Horizon and have everyone to work on that. But finding for XTrace, our time machine tells us 10 years from now, people will be using only one tool, one platform that can accommodate with any kind of AI tools. That it's like an AI hive mind that you can work with all the best AI models, all the AI features, but they still knows you as the person. They will never ask you, oh, so where do you live? Oh, so what kind of project are you working on? That's the future.
Got it. Okay. Well, I guess to round it off, any advice? Any advice for those that are building their startups, building products in the AI age? Anything you would tell them? Any advice or anything that you think? Actually, even one interesting question is like, what mistake do you think they should make? Right? A lot of people talk about not making mistakes, but I don't think there is a path where you will never make a mistake. And so, in your mind, any suggestions there?
Yeah. The suggestion here is don't sleep.
Okay.
I mean, there's a prerequisite is if you have a very good idea, and then when you're showering at 9 p.m. and then you have a very good idea, don't sleep. Just go build it. Like no hesitant, no excuse say, oh, I'll build it tomorrow morning. Okay. You're not going to sleep tonight.
Full send.
Yeah, you just spend your next 5 hours vibe coding or real coding. Whatever tools you use, or just build it in the next 5 hours. When you just have the idea, don't waste your your spirit on sleeping. I mean, sleeping is great, healthy, but you always have sleeping every day. So build and ship.
Okay. Yeah. Sleep is for the weak.
Yeah. Or maybe not.
Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you, Tristan, for this, and. Tune back in for our next series or our next episode in a few weeks. I don't know when this is dropping. We don't have an outro yet, but hope you enjoyed. Thank you.